I recommend you delete account. You can export your orders first, CSV or JSON. You may have to do it in multiple batches because of how poorly the website is programmed, which we'll get into later, but I recommend that you go through that. So there was a conversation going on in the SellApp Discord server about Stripe and what products they allow. Obviously, they can't allow anything copyright infringing, like game modifications, and this one guy was bragging about not being banned from Stripe yet, despite selling those game modifications. I checked out his website, and it turned out that he was selling accounts that he blatantly said were cracked. So I went on another alias because I didn't want the owner, Yusuf, aka SellApp Support, to think of me as like this person that always is browsing these, illegal products. And so I went on a different alias, which wasn't linked to my premium account, and I reported the store to the AUP email listed. I didn't get a response for over a week. I created a ticket in the Discord server on an alternate account, and I was told that the email wasn't received and that it was supposedly blocked by spam filters or whatever. Pretty suspicious. I never got any rejection message from the email client, and it doesn't make sense why there'd be filtering words on a report email where you're going to see a lot of words, related to illegal stores. So already quite odd. And then he started saying that because the product was temporarily out of stock, that somehow made it not violation of laws in the AUP, and just kept throwing shit at the wall thinking it would stick. And then he ended up banning me from the Discord server, and then in direct messages he told me that illegal products never existed. We can see that's not true by the archive, and it seems like he told the merchant to delete the product, and then I guess the merchant created the products again because they're still live to this day. And then he must have also told the merchant to ban me from his Discord server, from the merchant's Discord server, because I had been in the merchant's Discord server for about a week without any issues, and then I just suddenly got banned right after my report. So, leaking identities of people reporting through a confidential email to merchants, not very appropriate. It wasn't like a DMCA where there's notice that your information will be forwarded. So I think that's pretty scummy. A very odd thing with these reports was that Yusuf, aka SellApp Support, the owner, would just randomly accuse people of being competitors with no proof. I mean, this was a brand new account with nothing, no bio or anything, no similar names to anyone else, and he was accusing me of being a competitor to this account selling store, and I have no stores on any accounts that are at all similar. And then we see that a premium user on his main account reports the store breaking the AUP and the law, and Yusuf again accuses this person too of being a competitor with zero evidence, and then refuses to ban the person being reported, and despite his AUP saying, you will be banned if you're breaking the law or breaking anything else in the AUP. So quite contradictory. And then he banned the person reporting the merchant. So just completely ridiculous. Not only did he ban him from Discord, he also banned his store too, for no reason listed in the terms of service. So apparently reporting stores that make money for SellApp, even if they're blatantly breaking the law, is apparently ban-worthy of all of your orders and all of your stock that you could have had in SellApp. That's all deleted. Like, you don't get that back. just if you decide to follow the law and report an unlawful merchant. This isn't new. SellApp originated, apparently, according to Yusuf, from his site called Toffee a couple years back, and so he says that the code is built off of that, which will be interesting to talk about later. And then there's a lot of CSGO products like CSGO keys and CSGO game modifications and accounts that were being sold on Toffee, and the game studio behind CSGO, Valve, said that these are usually linked, the keys are usually linked to illegal activity. And even past that, the accounts obviously and the game modifications are, clearly a violation of the law. And then there were also being very discounted products being sold, like Microsoft stuff, so that usually is also attributed to piracy, and it just shows that this has been going on for years, and he doesn't care. We can see Toffee is also linked in the privacy policy. Something really ironic, if true, is that it's been alleged that SellApp, Yusuf, the owner in specific, wrote these articles about Sellix intentionally allowing illegal activity on their platform. I can't confirm it since I did not see it firsthand, but a reputable person inside of the company did say that they were able to link Yusuf from SellApp to the Medium article. The programming on SellApp is absolutely terrible. This is what they're labeling pagination, is increasing or decreasing the number of database rows returned from the API query. Absolutely ridiculous. So basically, if you have more than what their shitty server can handle, you'll just get a timeout from AWS, must I add. So they have no error handling on their side, and if you go beyond what they can handle in terms of the number of rows, you just you get a 30-second wait and then a timeout from AWS, the server host. So pretty bad. You cannot change pages, which is what actual pagination is for competent programmers, unlike SellApp. And that would be where you have one page, with 50 rows, for example, and then you change pages and it's a different set of data, and you don't have that first 50 rows in the result set anymore. And they don't understand how to do that. They also have the same problem with exporting orders from the dashboard. If you have too many, you're going to have to break them down into smaller months, because otherwise you get a timeout error on there as well. Also, many graphic designers have said that the UI on SellApp is pretty bad. It doesn't match, the components don't match each other. I don't know too much. I don't have a great eye for design, so I wouldn't know, but the fact that so many people have said it, and then they say that, Sellix and other ones look better, I don't know. It seems to make sense. Also, the performance is way worse on SellApp as well. Like, things load forever, and it's just not very efficient. Yusuf was also spreading misinformation about the downtime. He was saying that it was less than 5 minutes a week, which is just factually incorrect from my uptime robot monitor that I was using on my store. It was a lot more than that, and yeah, they just didn't know what they were doing. I made several suggestions to them for DDoS mitigation. A couple were implemented. I think they were having a really hard time understanding, for whatever reason, like basic Cloudflare rules, so I found that quite odd too. And then they kept, blocking things. They just kept not doing things correctly, like blocking the API so it wouldn't be accessible and stuff like that. It's just really embarrassing, because the API, according to them, wasn't being attacked. It was like a storefront. So, that is one of the easiest properties to protect, and they couldn't protect it right, and kept having downtime as a result. Before I even started selling products on Sellix, the SellApp owner noticed, because he's stalking the Sellix Discord server, pretty weird, and then he started being really hostile to me and saying that he couldn't trust me, and that Sellix was probably going to ask me for insider information on them, and just a bunch of weird accusations that don't add up, because Sellix is making an exponential amount more than SellApp, so very weird. And then I made some comments in the Discord server about how the Sellix owner, Daniel, has more updates more frequently than Yusuf, the SellApp owner. and then I was banned on my main account with the premium from the SellApp server. So cannot take any criticism apparently, and has to stalk competitor Discord servers. Lastly, I noticed that there was a Doxman post of the SellApp owner on the Doxman website, so I don't know what he did to piss someone off, but apparently he's been causing issues for a lot of people, I guess. Alright, for alternative services to go to, there's Sellix. You could use my referral link, which I'll link in the description and the pinned comment. And then you get a 30% off coupon for Sellix subscriptions emailed to you. So that's one option. There's Sellpass, which I think came out recently. They've been doing pretty well, I think. So that's another choice you could go with. There's AdShop. A couple people use that, or a good amount of people use that. I don't think they're too ethical either, so who knows how long they're going to be around. They're based in Romania, so maybe the laws don't apply there or something. But yeah, they have a bunch of illegal stuff on there. And then there's Shopee, which is the oldest and gets the least updates. I think Sellpass, I don't know too much about Sellpass, but I'm pretty sure they get a good amount of updates. And Sellix, he's turning out updates all the time. So those are the top two I would recommend. But I'm sure there's a plethora out there, so just do your research. It really is a pain in the ass to move between e-commerce systems, so you want to make sure that you pick a good one. It was a real shame when I figured out that I needed to move from SellApp. But thank you for watching. I hope you have a good Thanksgiving.